Welcome back to our series on the nonprofit generosity crisis. And what I'd like to talk about is the budgeting process. So every nonprofit goes through that. One organization may do it differently than the other. But let's talk about maybe a best practice, but also specific examples of what we've seen and why, what we've done to help correct or improve that process.
I think as we engage with organizations, we always ask about their budgeting process. What does it look like? When do they start? Kind of what their timeline is. What's their process for putting it together? And sometimes it's unfortunate, but we've seen where the finance department solo, like kind of in a silo on their own, has put together the budget, maybe with incorrect information or assumptions about percentages over last year, or like using just the wrong base of information, and they haven't leveraged the expertise from the other departments, like the programs department, the development department, the operations department, and that bottoms up approach where there's analytical work done at the right levels with people that have the right level of expertise. When you pull all that and you aggregate it up from the bottom, then you know what you have is really the right information to include in your budget. And you need to have that kind of forecasting or forward look, perspective. And you're not just basing it on what you did last year, but it's really based on, what's your strategic objective for next year? And those strategies come out of the different functional areas of the organization. So when you create it kind of on your own, you could end up, and this is the risk that you undergo, is that you have a faulty budget to start with.
Yeah.
Then as you're working through your months, you realize that your actual results are very different from what your budget would have dictated. And that's because you didn't do the homework and really engage the right members of the organization in order to get it right and have that clean roadmap for the future.